Hey, what's up, AfterBuzzers? Welcome back. We are covering episode 9 of Life Sentence, What to Expect When You're Not Expecting. Stella was pregnant, mom and dad are dating the same person, and Aiden went hiking. There's so much to talk about, so stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Hey. This is the song Stella and Wes needed.
Right. They be making music.
They needed this baby making song.
The remix.
Yeah. I think so. Hey, what's up, guys? We're so excited to be back once again for Life Sentence. I'm your host, Karla Beltran, and I'm joined by my lovely ladies.
Hi, guys. My name is Suzanne Quast, and I'm super psyched to talk about this episode. I thought this was one of the best ones to date.
Definitely.
Yes, definitely. I totally agree. And I'm Monique Loveless, for all of you who do not know. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about this episode.
Same. There's so much to talk about, starting with Stella being pregnant and how she tells people when she's pregnant. She tends to have, like, really terrible timing.
Yes.
And diarrhea of the mouth.
Yes.
Yeah.
She just blurts it right on out.
Everything. So, first of all, I wanted to ask you guys, have you guys ever been so busy like Stella where you actually forgot what day of the week it was or, like, what day of the month it was? Because I was like, how do you forget that it's, like, the end of the month?
We were just talking about this, but I never forget my period. So that is the one thing that I will never forget at the beginning, the end of the month, wherever it's supposed to be. I'm looking at it like, oh, okay, like that's one thing but yeah, it's easy to forget when you're doing so much or so much is going on in your life, the day. Like, we were just talking about that.
We literally were outside and we're like, our lives have been so busy that we're like, it's Thursday. Okay, we're here. But I also think, too, I feel like this is getting a little scientific, but if you're not used to I'm sure she's probably not regular because of all the treatments and everything she's had.
That's
So
true.
she might not even know. It might not come at the same time every month.
That's true.
So I don't think that that's completely abnormal.
Okay.
No.
That's true.
True.
I can see that. Yeah.
Why? Did you think that it was?
That it was weird?
Yeah.
Yeah, because also it's like you have a calendar and you have, like, the reminders or, like, certain things that, like, you're like, oh, wait, like, to where, like, I feel like I've been busy enough but not to forget, like, oh, wait, it's supposed to be that
right.
time,
Exactly. We don't play those games. When you're not married. I mean, when you're married, it's a little... Which it may be a little different.
Yeah.
So it could be like, oh, that's not a thing that you really consistently stay on top of. But when you're not, like, dating or married, yeah. No, that's one thing I do not forget. Like, I forgot today was Thursday, but I make sure to get on my calendar.
Yeah.
But what a crazy thing to, like, get a false positive.
Right?
Like,
okay, so I never knew that. Had no idea that you could get a false positive and a pregnancy test. I think if anything, I've heard of the negative and you're actually pregnant kind of one. So I was like, that's scary.
Right?
Because especially, I feel like we're getting into, like, a really touchy subject for certain people who have been wanting to conceive, and, like, you get a test and it tells you you're positive, and the emotions that you receive once those news come in, and then you go in and to find out that you're not, it must be really hard, to just kind of cope with that.
And I think also it was hard for Stella as well because, like she said in the episode, this was the thing that ended up bonding them together.
Yes, and
it
got
did.
the whole HIPAA and Dr. Grant thing, like, kind of
outside of the way. They didn't even, like, think about it. It wasn't even like, oh my gosh, but what are we going to do about Dr. Grant, or what are we going to do about HIPAA? It wasn't even like a question. They just kind of moved on forward, and they were like, okay, like, we're about to have a baby.
They did.
How cute was Wes, though?
Oh, I love this man. He was so
Absolutely.
sweet. I mean, okay, but what do you guys think about him forfeiting his job in San Francisco?
To have a family. I think he prioritized. Would I think that was a great decision? To me, no, but I'm single individual, but if somebody really wants to have a family, he definitely knew his priorities, and he felt like a family over a job was more important.
But didn't you guys like have a second where I was like, Stella, with all due respect, like I know your family lives here, but why can't you go up to San Francisco for a period of time? I was like, this is a little dramatic to go from
I felt that way too.
That's not a very good partner.
Yeah, no, and honestly, that's what that's what I was going to say.
He addresses it.
Yeah,
he does.
Well, at the end, though, after he already turned down the job, you know?
Right. That's what really got me, is that he addressed it after he had turned down the job.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of like, I'm glad that he did finally speak up, though, because I honestly felt the same way. I felt like she was being a very selfish, unthoughtful person. Like you said, why wouldn't you say, okay, you know, I have had a moment away from my family, and maybe some time away from them would be good. At least let me see how it could work. Because she can always come back.
Yeah.
She has family.
I could not agree more. That, and like if you see your partner and he's struggling in his job and where he's at, why wouldn't you say, you know what, sweetheart, let's try this for a period of time. Maybe they do a little bit of long distance and see if that works, or then maybe she moves up there for a period of time. I just felt like to go from one extreme to the other, to say it's either having a child or not living and cohabitating in the same city is why can't that be an option?
Right.
Yeah. And for me, honestly, when he tells her that he turned the job down, I was like, why would you do that? Like, why wouldn't you ask her, like, well, now you really have to move with me to San Francisco, because then I'll have like a great job and we're gonna be happy and I'll be able to like afford the baby and like everything, you know? I feel like I know that he was prioritizing family in a way, but he was forgetting the fact that to have a family, you need to be paying, like, you need to have more, pay the bills, and you're gonna have more bills, you
100%.
know? So it's kind of one of those, like, I think he just did it out of the limb, like, oh, of course, mom is here, everybody's here, so we want to have a family with everybody. But at the end of the day, your family is it's just you, your wife, and your kid. You know?
Are we sure about the pay? Did he say he was getting more pay? I know he said that he was getting travel and that this was the job that he really wanted, but did he really discuss if it was more pay than what he's getting now?
I think he did in the last episode. I think before he left, he was like, it'll be really great, like, it'll be better pay, and then, like, I think he says, like, he would be doing something else than what he was, like, doing and not having to work late nights and stuff. He mentioned a couple of things. Don't quote me by that, though.
Right. I do remember him saying some certain benefits about the job, but I wasn't, you know, I'll go back and look at the other episode, but I wasn't for sure. Or if people in the chat know, let us know.
Yeah. And what you guys would do.
Yeah. Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, because I definitely felt at that moment, like you said, it was kind of selfish of her to automatically, like, he tries to make it always work, and it's like he tries to make it work for her.
I think what it is too, she's so used to living impulsively that instead of saying, you know what, let's talk about this, it's just, this is how I feel. And then, you know, just because she had a moment where she was like, I don't know if I really want to have kids at this time, doesn't mean that that can't be a discussion. And I think that it's also then the way she communicates with Wes.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, because honestly, she doesn't ever give him she doesn't ever ask him, like, okay, well, what do you want to do in this situation, you know? Even with the job offer that he gets, and she's like, oh, well, yeah, you deserve it. But she doesn't really talk about it with him, like, well, is this what you want? Like, she doesn't ever ask him, like, well, what do you want? Like, I've never asked her. Like, I've never asked her. Right. I've never heard her, like, say that. Right. Like, be like, hey, so what do you want to do, you know?
At all.
So I'm glad that Wes stepped up and he told her, right.
He definitely let her know. And we have somebody else that can give us good advice on letting people know something. If you want to have fun, learn, and grow in all areas of your life, for those of you who do, we have a podcast for you. Conversations with Maria Menounos podcast edition is hosted by our founder, Maria Menounos. It drops every Friday on iTunes. Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity influencer interviews along with secrets, tips on how to be better in all aspects of your life. From health and wellness to career, relationships, finances, and more. Let our Maria be the big sister you've always wanted. Just go to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free. Be sure to rate, comment, and most of all, let Maria know that us at Life Sentence sent you. Conversations with Maria Menounos podcast edition. Make sure you go and check it out.
It's actually one of my favorite podcasts. It's really well done.
Yeah.
Good.
It really is.
Yeah, nice.
She's a badass.
Right. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, look at what she's created.
Right?
Yeah. Well, guys, talking about fun, and I mean, I don't know if this was fun. It was fun. It was fun. Mom and Dad are dating the same person.
It was so fun. I thought it was, if that was my parents, I'd probably have a heart attack.
Yes.
I know. I
Same.
would have. If I was Diego, I'd have been like, this needs to stop right now. But
Yeah.
Right?
Like, he was so cool about it.
He was so cool.
Like,
he was
so
like, this
cool.
is okay. Like, they're both going on a date. Did you guys actually think that the boss was bi?
No.
Okay.
No. I thought she was for sure straight. And I thought the mom came on a
Very
little
strong.
too strong.
Yeah.
I was like, girl, we got to work on your game. Like, it was so overwhelming. Like,
Yeah, I just thought about it because I was like, was she really or was she not? You're right. I think that point she kind of opened up to her because she was like, oh, hey, girl. And she was like, yeah, girl. And I think she thought she was gaining a friend.
yes,
Yeah.
I could not agree
Like
more.
a girlfriend. But yeah, I think the mom came on super strong.
Super intense, right? And then her comment
was
that she told
so
Dad,
intense.
like, oh, I'll let you know when she goes home with me. I was like, this is your first date with her. What do you mean, Mom?
She was
His
super
response.
intense.
Yeah.
But I am glad that, they were able to open up, and she was like, she was really cool about it. Like, oh, no, I'm not bisexual. I don't really like women. So
Yeah.
she was actually really cool about it.
Right? Like, can you imagine being in that situation, like, as
Yeah.
the boss, and then, like,
Right.
the guy who works for you, both of his in-laws are...
Or into you.
Right. And now you actually like the dad, and the mom is hitting on you, and you're like,
This might be
okay.
awkward.
Yeah.
Isn't that going to be awkward eventually? Because
No.
when they have family dinners, like, you know that don't you think Mom will be checking her out? Because
No.
No,
I think she
I don't
let
think
it go.
Okay.
Yeah.
She
went-
took it well.
She
was
did.
not
She
a sore
took
sport.
it well, but at the same time, I think she's very lonely. I think, like, she's starting to really feel the separation between her best friend and Dad. I think she's really hitting her.
Right. Poppy and
Peter.
Peter. Poppy and Peter. They should have been together.
Now that would have been a twist.
Poppy and Peter.
Yeah, I do think she's lonely. And I think
Yeah, she
she's
is.
like trying to find her way a little
She
bit.
is lonely, yeah. But you guys know who's not lonely?
Yes.
Is Aiden.
I am so excited about this right
You
here.
guys-
I wanted to talk to you about
Yes.
this because I'm like, do you feel like he finally adulted?
He's making steps. He's making baby steps.
It's not even baby steps for him. These are huge, monumental steps.
Yeah.
Like,
Monique.
he was obligated to Marlene, right?
Yes.
That's her name. Because I want to call her by her real name since she was in the studio.
Yeah.
He was obligated to her because he thought she was pregnant with his baby. Yeah. But this guy that we know who is always like, somebody is actually putting him in his place. And I tell women this all the time. Women are always on these Facebook groups and they're out there like, oh my gosh, like, I don't understand why he doesn't call me back. I don't understand, blah, blah, blah. Like, why I can't get another date. They just straight up don't like you. Like,
He's just not that into you.
Yeah, you're just not the one for them. But when the one comes along, he will change his ways. Prime example, Aiden.
100%.
Yeah.
Like, when you think that you can't, not every man is a dog. I really believe that all men are good men. It just takes that one to make them into that better man. Mm-hmm. And she did it. Okay. She got him out there hiking in the morning. Mm-hmm. Like, he is like, I want to hike. He didn't even have sex with one of the moms because he was like, I actually want to. When that epiphany came, I had hope for Aiden.
What about the
like,
fact
"Aw."
when he came home and told his dad and he was like, I actually really like talking to her. Like, and this
that
was
that was huge because I was like, wait, I didn't even realize that he had a conversation with a female that's not his sister until he said that. Which is so sad, but it's so true.
So true. Like when he was saying he didn't know anything about any of these women that he has been with. It's just kind of like he wanted to learn about her. He wanted to be more into her life and everything. Like
What did you think
I am
about?
so proud.
What did you think about Bark Zuckerberg?
I love that she caught him on that too.
And then she called him out on it.
I like that she let him like go for it for a little while. Like let him think that like, you know, she wasn't fooled.
Right.
And she's like, really?
Right.
Really?
Right.
Look at the tag.
Right. Exactly. I love this part of the storyline.
What about her kissing him before she left?
I thought that was so cute. That was a great touch to let him know that he's not putting all this effort in for nothing. Now, I thought that was great because you do have to. This is me giving dating advice. And I'm single, but I have it. I'm knowledgeable in it. You do have to like at least let him know in some way that you reciprocate the same, feelings.
Same feelings.
Yeah. Like I am interested.
Yeah.
So
And
the little peck was like, okay, it's on my terms. I did it when I wanted to do it. And I'm letting you know that you're not putting in the effort for anything. And thank you for what you are
hiking
doing.
with me.
Yeah, hiking.
With no water.
And also offer, well, she kind of put him in a position that he had to, but help her move.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's vein. I like it. I like them together. They have a really
They have a really cute relationship. Yeah.
That's because she makes him like
Puts him in his
want to
place.
be she makes him want to be a better person.
She does.
She doesn't tolerate any less than that.
No, that's the great part. She doesn't tolerate anything less.
Yeah.
I loved it when he said, I'm turning in fun and casual are replaced by dawn and hike.
Yeah, that was
Like,
the best line. Yeah.
I'm like,
I liked
"Oh,
it.
That's amazing.
Definitely. I was super
So
excited.
proud of Aiden.
I know.
I am too. And y'all know I've been calling him a loser since the start.
I know. I was
know.
dying to come in.
Right?
Yes.
Yes. I'm all about this.
Amazing.
Right.
Amazing.
I'm all about this, and I'm all about us and this podcast. So you guys are listening to us maybe by YouTube or iTunes. If you're watching us on YouTube, you could also listen to us on iTunes. And if you do listen to us, give us a 5-star rating, comment, let us know. We're there, you're there, and we're all there together like a family, just like Stella and her sister.
Right.
I really like this episode for them as well.
Yeah.
I feel like it was a really
Yes.
truthful.
It was so intense to just kind of, for me, I'm an only child. So
I am too.
I've never had a sibling before.
What?
And the siblings that I grew up around were like my cousins and like their siblings, and then or my friends and their siblings. And honestly, growing up, all they would ever do is fight over everything. Like they would like throw things at each other, they like punch each other. I was like, thank God that I'm an only child. It's like I'm the only princess in the house. I don't have to argue with anybody. Like I get to have the last of everything. Like, And then I got older and I started and I wished I did, like, because when you're younger it kind of sucks but it's also cool. But then now when you're older and you need somebody to talk to, I'm very fortunate enough to have really good girlfriends that I could just call and be like, hey, you know what, this is going on, or something like that, where I know that they're going to give me some sort of sisterly advice to where they're going to be honest with me is the first thing. Because one of my favorite things about Stella's sister Lizzie was the fact that she told her afterwards, I think this is crazy, why are you trying to have a baby? And it really takes a real family member or a real friend to actually tell you the truth about what you're doing, Well,
not only that, the timing of it, I think, was also, it was good.
Yeah.
Initially she was supportive, because what are you going to do? Say that this is nuts, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
And then when they started talking about having a child after they found out the news and they sat down with Lizzie and Diego, I also thought that her advice was really honest. And the fact that she was a kid isn't going to solve anything. If anything, kids make things worse.
They do.
And, or highlight issues. I don't mean
they do.
I don't mean it like that.
know.
No, I mean they highlight. I don't mean they make things worse. They make things more difficult, and they highlight issues that are already in the relationship. And I think that, too, she said something along the lines of, hold on, I wrote this down. And when do you get to the point when you are excited to have a baby? And I was like,
that was the best.
Yeah. She called her out on it. So yeah, I did like this dynamic because we don't really get to see them a lot. And I feel like this was a good way to show their relationship and the dynamic of their relationship. Which is really cool because after they said everything that they said to each other, even when Stella was kind of blurted out what she said to her, which, she was in her feelings. She came over, and when she knew Wes was at their house, she immediately was like, I'm here. She's like, I don't know why you're here, though. I was mean to you. And that was that sibling, I'll always love you no matter what.
And not only that, I think her response, it was guttural, right? She was really defensive because she knew her sister was right.
Yeah.
And she also said something to the effect of that if there's other people in the relationship, there's signs that there's a bigger issue.
There is.
Yeah. Right.
And so
I love them. You guys, Stella's comment really put me down.
I'm with you. It was mean.
The fact that she said that she doesn't see them together forever, I was like, excuse me? I see you guys forever, so we all need to get on the same page.
Right. We all need to get on the same page.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a different comment, but
which one?
When she said to her sister that she was writing some book that no one
would
ever buy.
Yeah, the book one was also bad, but the one with Wes just really it hurts me because I feel like we've been rooting for them this whole season, and we're like, no, don't cheat on him because he's the love of your life, he's the one you're supposed to be with, and then now she's second guessing herself because and even the fact that she's second guessing herself when she just found out a day before that she was about to have a baby is huge.
Yeah, that's
huge.
A whole different. Yeah, it's on a whole nother. I don't even know how to describe it because that is you're all excited and he's not accepting a job and now all of a sudden you don't know if you're all going to be together forever.
Yeah. I just hope that he takes the job back.
I do too.
Oh, that's what I said too.
I do too. And I think that's
I hope that he tries.
Yeah, same.
I'm hoping that he tries to go back and get the job at least because, he said towards the end, we discussed, it's always about her.
Yeah.
Should we do our fun segments?
Yes, we should.
Segment. Woohoo! Our sentence questions. Carla's going to ask
all these fun questions that
nay,
we came up with.
And, nay. Guys.
Nay is backwards, but guys, it says nay. I promise.
Shake, shake, shake.
Okay. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Very.
Okay. Do you think Wes should have turned down his job in San Francisco to try and get pregnant?
Well, you gotta say 1, 2, 3.
Ready?
1, 2, 3.
Nay.
I was like, okay. Yeah, same. Nay. It's
nay.
Not, I wouldn't say if your family is a priority, I think there's ways to figure it out before you turn a job offer down that you really want. It's you talk it out, especially if you're in a relationship. So I totally agree with that.
Yeah, weigh the pros and cons, and then you come up with
the
conclusion.
You talk it out
together.
Communication.
Yeah. Communication
is key. Communication is key.
This is my question. Would you go hiking with Aiden?
Is this to date or as friends?
As friends or just in general with Aiden?
She
keeps giving her answer away.
I just am.
1, 2, 3. He said it. 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3.
Nay.
I would.
Not to date. I love him as a person. But no, I wouldn't date him. But yeah.
But we're talking about Aiden, not Jason.
Yeah, Aiden is always going to try to come on to you no matter what.
No, I think it would be so fun to just watch him and try and hike. I think I would be laughing the whole time.
I'd be
annoying.
He's
not even wearing hiking shoes. He'll probably be
he was wearing
complaining, Converse. And I would be laughing. So I think it would be a really fun
I'd be
trip
annoyed.
to do. Okay. Well,
how do you really feel?
moving on to the next question.
I used to eat SpaghettiOs to this song. What's the question?
I mean, hello?
Do you think Wes was, I don't know what this word is,
Was warranted.
was warranted in his anger to Stella about her not wanting to have a baby?
What's that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
Like meaning that, like, do you think since she said I don't want to have a baby, that it was okay for him to be as angry as he was?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
1, 2, 3. Yes.
Yes,
Yay.
I agree. I was like, okay, I'm so glad that you didn't know that word either, because I was like, okay, this is my trilingualness coming in, and I don't really know what this word means.
That's my
in
Ebonics.
Spanish
Like, not trilingual by Ebonics, but I was like, I don't know.
Clearly, I barely speak English. So.
You was like, my grammar is so wrong today.
Next question. Dun, 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 dun. Will Stella and Wes survive?
Ooh.
In this season or in life?
In life. Oh my gosh.
Well,
I can't with you.
thinking about the fact that the show is canceled till the end of at least the season, will they survive?
In life. Can we just say in life?
Okay, in life.
Okay.
1,
2, 3. Nay.
Nah, they're not gonna survive.
In the season, no. In life, nay.
She's like, never mind.
In the season, I think yay.
Yes.
In the
That's what I
season,
said, yeah.
yay.
In life,
nay.
nay.
Yeah, that's what I was,
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Picking up what I'm throwing
Yeah.
down?
If you're in a relationship with somebody and you're already like questioning yourself, get out.
Right.
Like, really, don't.
But I feel like
Never
with
get
a
out.
marriage, you should work on it.
Oh,
at
yeah, that's
least.
right. They're married. Whoops.
100%.
Next question.
Carla's like, peace out. You
Like,
not made the cut. Sorry.
Right.
Dr. Grant is calling.
Dr. Grant. Hey, Dr. Grant, what's up? Okay, next question. Is it weird that mom and dad are trying to date the same person?
1, 2, 3. Yay.
Yes.
I
Nay?
just said nay.
Why'd you
You
say
know
nay?
what? Because if they both are attracted to the same person, God bless America.
Free for all.
I just didn't say they could be my parents and do it.
I just feel like
Same.
that's weird for everyone. It's
Oh,
weird for
100%.
the kids. It's weird for them. It's weird for the boss. It's just too weird.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Strange.
still into it.
Okay, next question. Oh, that's funny, because I was going to ask, would you go on a date with Diego's boss?
Would we go on a date with Diego?
Like a date, and not necessarily like a romantic date, but like, would you hang out with her? Because she seems like fun.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Nay.
Nay. Why?
No. She seemed uptight and boring to me.
Not because of that, because it's Diego's boss. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to try to like...
That's why
Yeah,
I
that's
wouldn't.
true.
That's
The
also
right
why I
thing.
wouldn't even hang out with her. Like I wouldn't be like, oh, mom, like my mom's boss. Like I would never go and be like, oh, with my mom's boss. And even though my mom's boss has invited me to come over and like have tea and stuff, I'm like, no, I'm not about to go out to tea with you.
Yeah, no.
Because then what if something goes wrong with you?
Yeah.
And then it's
what if I
like-
say something
Yeah.
and then she judges
Right.
me forever?
It does
Yeah.
get messy, but she still didn't seem like my type of person anyway, so.
Next
I mean, if you
question. Is Aiden capable of a real relationship? It depends.
1, 2, 3. Nay.
What? You were just
No.
rooting for him.
Yay. I'm sorry, guys.
I think yes, but he has
Yes.
a lot of work to do on himself. And like
Yeah.
you said, the right girl can pull any man, raise him up to be a better person.
Yeah, they have to want that.
100%.
So when they want it, it's like we're not even really having to raise them up. We just kind of do what Beyonce said. We upgrade you. And
it's true.
yeah, we just kind of upgrade you. And so when you're getting upgraded from, but you have to want
Because
to
they
be
have
say
to
that,
rise.
Say
They
that
have
one
to-
more time, like one last time.
upgraded.
It's going to be the hashtag for today.
Hashtag
Hashtag upgraded.
Last question.
Last question. Is Stella being selfish with the baby making?
1, 2, 3. Yay.
Yay, nay, maybe?
Kinda.
No, yes, and no.
Okay.
Here's my thing.
I get what you're saying already.
Right?
Same.
Like, she's entitled to how she feels about her body and where she's at in her life.
Yeah.
I just think, again, her communication skills, since she is married, need to improve dramatically. And you are now in a partnership, and so you need to communicate with your partner and see what's best for us together.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. And I totally agree with that. I feel like the communication needs to be there. But I do feel like she's being selfish with it because she only has a certain amount of time.
Exactly.
And they have already decided that they want to have kids. So I'm feeling as though, even though you have issues, work through the issues as you're trying to baby make.
Yeah.
Why can't you
especially just because they have like such a short window to kind of make a baby, you know?
Because they have a short
there's
window.
other ways, right? And maybe if she wants to, I don't know, they could talk about adoption or they could talk about other, again, they just need to be on the same page.
Yeah.
But like she can't do any more IVF or nothing because she won't have any more eggs.
It's true.
So it whatever they do,
it's a very serious situation.
The
I
only
agree.
other option they would have would be to adopt. That's it.
Yeah.
Because the embryo or surrogacy or anything like that is not an option.
Yeah, or they would use somebody else's egg and his sperm, which would be tough. But
Yeah,
That's intense, yeah. Well, that will lead that definitely takes us into predictions. So let's give you guys some brief predictions for the season finale and
No.
I'm like talking over like this. Wait, is this not the season finale next week?
We have 13 episodes. This is
just
episode
kidding.
number 9.
Today was the season finale for one of my shows, and last week was the season finale for another show. So I'm thinking,
And
I'm
you
like
mean to tell us you remember all the days?
I didn't remember them.
She said, I remember all the days.
I don't remember all the days, but like I'm just in season finale mode, and I don't know why I thought like next week was the season finale. Well, you guys, it's not the season finale, so we're not making super large predictions, but predictions.
I want to see Wes go to get his job back. That's what I
Same.
really want to see. And I want, Stella to sweat a little bit. She needs to.
Yeah.
She needs to learn that communication is key.
And she needs to chase her man.
Amen.
Yeah, she needs to have, because he's always been there.
for,
could not agree more.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I get it to some extent. Obviously, we want to be chased. But if you're doing, like, at least do some sort of effort to, like, fix your guys' relationship. Because at this point, I think she hasn't done anything. She hasn't even given him, like, any signals, cards, something to be like, you know what? Like, I'm truly in love with you. Like, let's try and fix our relationship. Like, a book. I don't know. Anything that will help you give him some signs that you are still there.
She did have a sexy outfit on and candles.
And she does, like, pancakes in the morning and stuff. But I do feel like when
but it needs to be a much bigger gesture.
That's like,
she needs to try a little harder and stop
agree.
and say, this is a big decision. We need to make it together, instead of saying, well, this is what I want.
I think Diego is going to get the promotion.
I think so, too.
Oh, yeah, he should. He's a great guy.
I love Diego.
Will Dad and, I'm forgetting her name.
Kayla?
Not Kayla. Kayla is,
his new girlfriend, the boss.
oh, yeah. Would Dad and Kayla last?
Oh, no, you're right. That's Gina. Sorry. Well, Peter and Gina.
Peter and Gina, and then Kayla is the one from Aiden.
Yeah.
So will they both last in the relationships that they both began this episode?
Dad, no.
I agree.
Aiden, yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, that pretty much wraps it up
What she said.
for this episode. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you want to be part of our game, please comment your answers below to our questions. We want to know what you would have done in that instance. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll be back here next week. I'm your host, Karla Beltran. You can follow me on all social media. Actually, not all. On my Instagram first, at I am Karla Beltran, and on Twitter at Karla Beltran with an R at the end. And don't forget to follow AfterBuzz TV on all social media networks at AfterBuzz TV. And where can they find you guys?
You guys can find me on all social media at Suzanne Quast. And please tweet us or reach out to us and let us know your questions, and we'll ask your questions next week.
Hey, everybody, you can find me everywhere at Miss Mo Loveless. That's MS Mo Loveless on all social media platforms. Also, check out my website, MoniqueLoveless.com. And every Wednesday now at 7 p.m., make sure you check me out on Total Bellas. So, yay,
Yes,
we're back.
guys.
The old crew is back.
Well, guys, we'll see you next week. Ciao.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.